Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and today is Monday, November 19th, 2012. And it is a glorious morning, as one of my neighbors would say, that I frequently meet when I'm walking the dog early in the morning. And like he says, every day is a glorious day when you wake up and you're able to get up out of bed, of course. But the weather's fantastic here too in the Columbus, Ohio area, and it's going to be great all week. Not good if you're a deer hunter, but definitely good if you're not, because I am not complaining with temperatures as high as in the 60s predicted for this week. So the daily scan for today, well, we took some lumps last week, but one of the secrets of being successful and staying in the game is to continue and not let a couple of bad trades affect you. We're still up plenty for the year. We're probably, I haven't run the numbers yet because I've been really busy the last 2 or 3 days, but I would say we're probably fairly flat for the month after a decent start. But we're going to look at things just a little bit different today, and I'm going to show you. Let's just look at the E-mini right off the bat and see where we are with that. Alright, we went down and we hit this support resistance level here. It acted as support, bounced off very nicely. If we were to look at the weekly chart, and I fixed this up, I figured out why it was doing what it was doing, because it was so scrunched down that the prices weren't showing up over here. So now the little bubble for the crosshairs that gives you the price is showing up where it belongs. And we came down here and we hit this 50 moving average here and bounced off of it very nicely, like we did back here. And it acted as support here, it acted as resistance here, and then we broke through it. So it's working out fairly nice. The thing that I want to do a little bit different, if we're going to be doing weekly trades, I want to change this chart over here, which is the hourly chart. And what I'm going to do is we're going to shut off the after hours, or as they call it here, the extended session. We're going to shut that off so it doesn't clutter up our charts. And I'll hit the apply here, and of course it doesn't apply to this E-mini, so we would have to go over to futures. But I'm going to leave that checked for futures, because if you're a futures trader, you can trade anytime. Not advisable to trade when the U.S. market's not open, but some people do, and they do it very successfully. It's not for me. Options, of course, they don't really have an extended session, but in a way they do. I think they trade like 15 minutes after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But we won't show that extended session on our options. No, I want to leave that on. It doesn't matter. So I've just shut it off for equities. I never look at Forex, so we're all right. So just say, okay, now come back here, and if we want to look at, say for instance, Apple, now we have a completely different looking situation here, don't we? We are seeing, at least on the hourly chart, that we have, where we didn't see entries back here on the daily. When we look at the hourly, we can see that we have some entries here. We have a downtrend. We have our stochastic above 80, both the K and the D. Excuse me. And we have the MACD also giving us a change in momentum to the downside after a little bit of momentum to the upside, as it was trying to figure out what it wanted to do here. So that's an interesting way to take a look at this. So if we're going to be doing weeklies, we're going to be focusing on the hourly chart first, looking for possible entries and looking for confirmation over here for the direction only. The other thing about Apple over here is it didn't care about this 50 MA, and it actually closed below it a couple of times for 2 weeks now. Excuse me again, but we do have a support here about 521, and you can see that it pretty much bounced right off of 525 over here on this chart. So look at where my crosshairs are on this 1 hour chart, and then look at where they end up aligning to over here on the daily chart. So our trigger for entry, we have a downtrend. Our trigger for entry is on 11/13. We look at the date that shows up here that matches where our crosshairs are. And if you're watching this on a daily basis, you have a hook down here, and then you have another bar here that doesn't show an entry point, but here we closed below this low, so we have an entry here later on in the day, or first thing the next day. Now this is, let's see, this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning would have been a good play for a weekly to get in, and it would have been successful, and you would do one at the money like we do with our weeklies. The other thing that we're going to be looking at, since this is a holiday week, there's no trading on Thursday, and Friday I think they only trade from 9 till noon, or 9:30 till noon on Friday. I believe it's a shortened session on Friday. You might want to, excuse me again, you might want to check a calendar for the NASDAQ and the NYSE and see if that is true and verify what I just told you. I'm just doing this from memory from last year. All right, so enough about Apple, and we did change that chart. So let's go and take a look at our A+ list and see what's going on. We already reviewed Apple. There is no entry even on the hourly chart. Let's take a look at Amazon. Oh, and Amazon is in a downtrend. We don't have a close below this low that provided the hook. This is the low that provided, this is the candle that provided the hook here down on %K hook down on this candle. But that's, you know, if you want to like jump in really early, you can do that here when this candle closes below it, and you actually get confirmation on it. You're not getting confirmation on your daily chart. And that could be of a concern. And the thing about Amazon with Black Friday coming up, well, you know, if you're just doing a weekly, it might work out. And here we have also the MACD momentum moving down. So this last week would have been a good entry for this week. And let's go back here and take a look at Baidu. Oh, we never got our signals over here, but we do have a signal for an entry here, which would have been a successful trade. Well, we're looking for stuff for today and for this week, and maybe even for a normal December expiration, where we would be looking at, rather than at the money, we would be looking at deltas around 20 or 30. All right, this looks very choppy and very rangy on a 1 hour chart, quite a bit. And you can squish this down and have it look a little bit more normal. And you might say this is like a stretch for an entry here. This is definitely a good entry here. If we're looking at an hourly chart, we have an excellent confirmation here. for a bear call at the money. It would have been a nail biter here, but would have worked out just fine. But not seeing anything for today. Chipotle. Sorry, this is running a little bit long. Alright, let's go back here to auto scale. Click the little hand up here and click auto scale here. Go right back to where we were. Interesting here with Chipotle. Not a little late for an entry and no confirmation on it. This is a divergence here, and this is very interesting. And here's our divergence. If I can click on the right one here. Here, stochastic is showing overbought, and here the divergence, let's line this up, is here. So when you get a divergence like that, there's something interesting going on here. We'll just keep an eye on it. We may be looking at a trend reversal. Chipotle's been very strong. They recover very strong. So who knows? There must be good money in selling Mexican food, fast food. They say it's good. I don't go there very often, but they say it's pretty good. All right, we may be having a trend reversal here on Salesforce also. But there was an entry on Friday on this, but I was on the road Friday. Right after I made the recording Friday, or about an hour later, I left to go up to Wisconsin to visit some family. So here was an entry. If you wanted to go counter trend or anticipating some sort of trend reversal or a move up to the 50 MA, this is a pretty strong candle here, so we might be looking at some sort of trend reversal there. Unable to pull the trigger on Friday. Google. Yes. We had a entry candle here on Friday. So let's, just for fun, let's sort of pretend that we did this trade on Friday. And we will say, where were we at Friday? Let's say we did like a 640 or 650 bear call for this week's expiration. So a 650 bear call. Be selling a vertical on this. And we'll lock the price here. And today I'll go back and I'll check to see what the actual price was. Well, let's say this was at the end of the day, so I'll take a look and see what it was at 3 o'clock. And we'll go from there. So this will be sort of a practice trade using that hourly chart. MasterCard. We have like a flat moving average here, but we have a bounce off here. We never did get above our break even here of 468, so that was a total loser. But you're not really seeing an entry here at this time. But if we're looking at maybe a longer term, this looks like a pretty good entry. So we have looking for percent K reversed and gave us a hook, but I'm waiting for percent D. So if we, sometime today, I'm going to put an alert in here. If we, an alert alert on the last price. If we get above that, 564 it closed at, so let's make it 565 or 465. I look at numbers sometimes and something else happens in my head. Oops. 456. All right, let's move it up here. I just put it just a hair above there. And let's confirm it. Replace it. And there we go. And we'll take an alert on that today, and if it gives us one, what are we going to do? This would be one, maybe a longer term trade. So rather than do a weekly on this, we'll do a December. And let's look for a bull put with a delta of between 20 and 30. So 445 would put us way down here. I would say that it's looking like a pretty good trade, so we'll do a 445. Just let me re-verify that. It's a delta of 27. Should give us a fairly decent return. It does. It gives us $1 with so we're risking $4 because it's a $5 spread, so we're risking $4 to make $1. So this is what we will do if we get that alert. We'll see what happens today. All right, Priceline, the crazy stock. And it's crazy, all right. Hasn't filled this gap yet. Perhaps we'll wait. Looks like we got a good indication Friday afternoon to go short again, or just to go short, not again, but to go short on this. So this is another one that we'll do a paper pretend trade on. We would have done one at the money here, probably a 620. So let's go back here and we'll add that one in as a weekly paper trade at 620. And I will check the price on this one too. And I'll let you know tomorrow. Panera. Not seeing anything there on any chart. We're all like kind of trying to figure out what's going on with that one. And that's it. That's it for today. I have some interesting things. I've been enjoying these morning scans. I'm sorry this one ran a little bit long, but I'll try to keep them a little bit shorter, but I have a bunch of other stuff that I want to talk about too. So maybe I'll do that maybe over the holidays while the turkey's cooking. So thanks for watching and happy trading.